lot of wonderful sand and fog line candles shown here at HomeGoods. So I'm Lex. William will be in part of this video once I'm done sewing it all together. This is going to be the Halloween collectibles video for 2023, one of them anyway. Some great Disney J. Franco and Sons lotion pumps there. You have Stitch on the right, Mickey and a jack-o'-lantern on the left. Some great textiles as well, Hocus Pocus there in the green. This Royal Stafford King Skull plates, which came out this year. Some Nightmare Before Christmas was mixed in there as well. Just trying to give everyone an idea of some of what the bigger chain retail stores have that people collect year after year during Samhain, Halloween, the fall autumnal season. Tons of merchandise, little Grogu Star Wars spoon holder, Mandalore spoon holder. More textiles, just an endless array of textiles. Hocus Pocus again there on the bottom right. And then some more fall autumnal themed that could be used for Thanksgiving and Halloween. 2023 large standing pieces. So these are topiary size, 3 to 5 feet each. So the skeleton there with the candy service bowl, some Martha Stewart pieces, a lovely bronzed pumpkin stack painted there. And then here we have TJ Maxx. So before it was HomeGoods, this is just an idea of some of what's available at TJ Maxx this year. These are Annalee dolls. These are lovely dyed felt mice and that little witch. Very cute. I'll talk about Annalee more specifically in a moment. Definitely going to go over a lot of the more rare vintage collectibles for the Halloween season so that everyone can get an idea. And here we're looking over a table. We've got some lovely pumpkins, glass, ceramic felt, some shelf pieces, little bubblegum dispenser there. That little pumpkin one is actually a Ray Dunn piece that says Trick or Treat on the front for this year. I'm just wandering around the store. Just all of the beautiful Code Orange Halloween items that were available this year in 2023 as of, I believe I was in the store on July, I want to say 8th or 10th when I took this footage. So this is when you have to start looking for these things, everyone. If you're a collector and you're looking for these more collectible chain retail pieces to add to your collections. And there's a variety. There are so many different makers and lines and manufacturers on these pieces. You can have your choice to begin a brand new collection today or to add to it over time. These great little light up Christmas trees, but they're Halloween trees. They made a great comeback this year for Halloween. They are available in almost every retailer. I've seen them everywhere. I've seen them with Halloween presents stacked at the bottom or a ceramic pumpkin on top. You can get them in a variety of styles. And they do light up and they are very charming. They look like the older ceramic light up Christmas trees. A lot of great Frankenstein theming this year in TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx also had a lot of the Martha Stewart line available this year. Very dapper gentlemen standing skeletons and jack-o'-lanterns in suits. Really love that gold skull snow globe that they were showing. Now this is Spirit of Halloween. I'm going to go back and make a video that is just Spirit of Halloween. So this is almost just like a little teaser. As promised, not the same one as shown in the photos at the earlier part of the video, but just a quick little Annalee clip that I'm editing in. I've got William here. He's putting his gloves on so he can move the piece around for everyone. So Annalee, this one's from a couple years back, not purchased this year. You can see there's like the cute little book of spells. There's all this attention to detail, very good cloth and textile choices. The little feathered elements of the hair, the broom, posable felted tails. I think there's a wire internally there. Those lovely like art doll oversized witches hats, I guess you would call them, maybe wizards hats. So Annalee was on a chicken farm and the chicken farm couldn't pay the bills. So she turned to felted art dolls. She made artisanal dolls.
Because that's the next step.
Share your creativity with the world. So that was in the 1950s. It's dyed felt is where she really started, and you still see that in her little mice and her witches. And you can find the pieces now, the limited collected edition pieces. So this piece, as I was showing earlier in the video, because I put some photos that I took from like TJ Maxx and HomeGoods,
right.
You can find the big box retail pieces, which are still collectible, and they do go up in value year after year. Depending on which ones you choose, which holidays they surround is going to help evaluate their worth later. But people do collect them from TJ Maxx, from HomeGoods. Honestly, people collect Poison, Snow White, ceramic Disney apples from HomeGoods and TJ Maxx that are now worth $85 and purchased new. They were $14.99 2 years ago. So just a little tidbit to throw out there to everyone. Sometimes it has to do with YouTube trends. Influencers and celebrities showing what they have collections of or what they enjoy putting in their homes. So back to Annalee. She got really famous for her little mice in the 50s. Or no, it was more towards the 70s that her mice became famous, even though she started making them in the 50s. So if you want the really limited edition stuff now, you have to buy it from her website directly.
Okay.
I just want to put that out there for everybody. This is the sort of piece that you can find in a TJ Maxx and a HomeGoods during the holiday season. Remember, holiday season for Halloween is July 5th.
Which is
the day after July 4th.
Think about, yes.
Halloween season for retail merchandise begins, which most people are not going to know. I bet you didn't know, but the Council of Spooky met and they decided. So some of the retail chains I went to, within 2 weeks, were already sold out of their Halloween goods.
Yes.
Starting July 5th and July 8th. So that tells you, but by June, you're done. Yeah. Or no, not by June, by August.
You're done getting the good stuff or the exclusive stuff or the unique stuff.
They are really cool seasonal pieces, and they're assembled in the USA, so they do bring jobs and business here. You can say they're American made, quote unquote. The pieces are not made in the USA, but they are assembled here, the limited edition collector's pieces. So that's pretty cool. And you can choose new things to chase down or new designs from her personal website or her business website every year. There's a range of prices available in chain stores, which makes them more accessible. So sometimes the market can feel a little bit flooded. But the older the piece becomes, especially because it's cloth, I find a lot of the people who collect stuff like this, they will put it in a basement, an attic. You will see these pieces become dry rotted. So 10, 20 years from now, if you still have the three witches and no one else does, that's now a commodity item. It's going to be worth more, even if it originally came from a chain store. And I think the limited edition pieces that you order, they're much more exclusive, and they tend to be more expensive because you have to purchase through her website.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but what's nice about it is there is a range of prices, so you can get into it from anywhere, and you can hunt these pieces down for unique holiday displays or just to keep in your home.
Cool.
Okay, so that's a little more information on Annalee, and then I'm going to follow this up with some values of different Annalee type pieces. Annalee Frankenstein Kid Felted Artisanal Doll, resold value, $42 USD. Here we have a witch. Again, resale used, $25. $36, the Headless Horseman. Another American icon to include with some values. Follow it up with the little photos of some values. Little pumpkin. We sell so many of these little Madame Alexanders. So Madame Alexander, another American icon, like Annalee. Not that they're alike personally, but as an American doll maker, they've been made for almost 100 years. Her dad repaired porcelain dolls, had a doll hospital. And she grew up around that. That was a big thing back in the day. Only elite,
like a Smith,
the rich had porcelain dolls, and they would have dresses made for them. And so In 1923, at the age of 28, was her name Beatrice, I believe? So Madam Beatrice Alexander Berman, she founded the Alexander Doll Company, which is now featured, in the Smithsonian Museum. I think she was inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame, which is a real thing.
It is.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal, especially if you're like into vintage collectibles and
Yes.
stuff, into toys. So she popularized, this is what she's somewhat mostly famous for here. You see the sleeping eye movement, also known as blinking eyes or resting eyes, where when you move the doll, the eye blinks. See if I can get it a little closer to frame here. See how they close and then open when she's right side up? So she popularized that. She made it famous. She invented it for the use in dolls, really, in America. So that was in the 1930s, and she created the first plastic face mold for dolls in America in 1947, which was a big deal in the doll industry too, to move away from ceramics and into more like PVC plastics, that sort of thing.
That's cool.
Very big deal. Also more durable, more fun for kids to play with. Not going to break as easily, not as dangerous. Although off-gassing, we got better with technology. So there were some elements of plastic that were dangerous. But you know what I mean.
Durability, for sure.
She was an inventor. She was an entrepreneur in a lot of senses. People adore these. This is a little Happy Meal piece. You don't really get them in Happy Meals anymore, but you used to be able to get these cute little Madame Alexander dolls. The Wizard of Oz series was also a Happy Meal piece collection. It would come with your kid's meal.
Wow. It's high quality for a Happy Meal piece.
Yeah, they don't really do that anymore. Maybe they will again. I mean, I'd love a Disney collab.
Right.
A little Sleeping Stitch and Lilo Happy Meal would be okay. So anyway, people really do like these a lot. We sell a lot of them. And even these little pieces have a value of $6 to $10 each, depending on the piece and its desirability and how rare it is, or if someone's trying to maybe add the last blue flying monkey to their Tin Man Wizard of Oz collection. The dolls themselves, though, there's larger dolls, there's mid-range size dolls. These are just little mini giveaways. So this is here's an example of more of like a small to mid-size piece of hers. This is a little Red Riding Hood again. You see that there's like an exquisite attention to detail in these pieces. The freckles, the curls, perfectly curled, the bows and the hair. She's actually supposed to have a little fruit basket. I believe this one's missing. Lovely velvet cape. Kind of fitting again for a Halloween video. Almost like she's in a little Halloween costume as Little Red Riding Hood. But this is actually a vintage Little Red Riding Hood. There's a newer one as well. I can stand her up. Let's see. I don't want to risk her falling over, but there we go. She's on her little stand, so that should work. As I said, these pieces, these mid-range size to smaller size pieces can be worth quite a bit, especially if they're vintage. And if you're seeking out Halloween theming, those can be very difficult to hunt down and worth quite a bit more. So I'm going to include some slides with some values. So here you see a Madame Alexander paired with an Annalee felted cat, $52 USD, used, resold, good condition. These are not huge pieces. These are smaller pieces. Another one to watch out for, the 8-inch Halloween Madame Alexander dolls. This piece, $75. Resale value. Highly collectible. Lovely piece. The orange and black witch. Again, here we have a Madame Alexander doll in that cute black and green hat with a felted cat done in green to match. So again, a lovely little combination together. Over $50 on that last set. And here, $95. Madame Alexander witch. Lovely little costume. 8-inch doll. The 8-inch Halloween Madame Alexanders. Really wonderful pieces to watch out for and to add to your collection. Moving on to some Sanrio Hello Kitty pieces. $25 USD for this Funko Pop. Halloween Hello Kitty Mummy. This is a vinyl toy. It's not very large. It was released in 2013. Here We have a door greeter. This is a black cat door greeter from 2019, 20 inches tall. So this is a large piece that was $145, resold value. This very similar but not the same piece is actually a Cracker Barrel exclusive plush, 10 inches tall, worth $40. Here we have a bright orange Halloween pumpkin in black dress, 18-inch plush, $125. And here an inflatable, so not a plush but a Sanrio lawn Halloween inflatable piece, 3 feet tall, new in box, $95 resale value. Here, these are by a company called Fig Pin. These are figural pins worth $250 for all 5 as shown here. Or, if you're smart and sell them separately, worth $142 each. There were only 500 of these pieces made for each character in this limited edition figural pin set. So $250 for 5 on those, or $142 if sold individually. This is a Swarovski crystal Sanrio Hello Kitty Halloween figurine worth $250, mint in box in perfect condition. And here, Chucky Child's Play, very spooky horror Halloweeny, $275 in the collectible box as it was first released. And here, this is a plush, an orange plush pillow. So a pillow, not a toy, kind of both though, with a sequined bow, worth $250 again. Since you stayed towards the end of the video, here's some antique pieces from 1905 to 1909. So that's very early. And these are tin. Some of them are by Toledo Metal Sign Co. These pieces can go for $4,000 to $5,000. There are spring-loaded luminaries on poles that used to be used when trick-or-treating or possibly in holiday parades. So you would hold it and you would put a candle inside of this tin jack-o'-lantern and the head would bob around. And some have very old writing on them as well, usually something rhyming. And then here is a man after my own heart, California artist David Everett. These are the Chicken Lips collectibles. Originals before multiples were made of certain figurines, so pieces from 2013 can go for $3,000 to $5,000 each. Some really great pictures of those. SoCal artist. One of my favorites, Betty Lou Bones. I would love to see her in person someday in a gallery or in someone's collection. And then another one of my favorites, I had to show a picture of the Batman with the lollipops. Again, David Everett, wonderfully collectible, valuable. Okay, so now that William's with me, I'm just going to show some pieces that we have out kind of on display around this counter. This is a ceramic mummy. This was HomeGoods, I think probably a few years ago.
I think so.
Maybe more than a few years. I don't think it's as far back as early 2000s, so maybe like 2010 at the earliest.
It always looks like he's taking a bath to me.
He is. He's taking a little mummy bath. So mummy in a coffin, ceramic. This is a larger piece. It's a nice piece, $20 to $30. Over time, as people who have these collections themed in this way, as they break, this will become worth more as people seek out replacements. So that's a great piece to keep in mind. This is a William Sonoma pumpkin. It's a ceramic lidded bowl. High detail. You can see all the lovely little spots to make it look more natural there. This is Barbara Eigen? Barbara Eigen? Let's look at the bottom here. There you go. Wonderful information. Look, they include the date for collectors there, 2012, William Sonoma. So a lovely little signed, it's not signed by her, but it's an impression-like signature that's manufactured in that way. So a great little piece. These are worth $40 to $60, even the small ones like this. So that's a great little piece. This is Stitch from earlier. If you watched the beginning of the video, I picked up Stitch. So 2023 retails from either TJ Maxx or HomeGoods. I don't remember which one. I had to pick up Stitch. Little lotion dispenser.
Little 626.
A little 626. Very cute. Things like this become collectible over time. So if you're looking for something inexpensive, that you can start a collection now or to add Halloween decor pieces to a Halloween, definitely lean into things like Disney. Absolutely. And there is so much other stuff. This is maybe a Macy's or J.C. Penney from the 1990s carved resin shelf sitter. There's my wallet, Star Wars wallet chilling back there. We've got these ceramic houses. We've got some redone collectibles. I'm going to...
Like the wood pumpkin.
William likes wood pieces. Yeah, they can be much harder to find, but we can talk about that in another video because there's just way too much. Okay. Hold on, everybody, while we change locale. William's replacing things on the shelf, so I'm just showing everyone some little TY Beanie Babies. Nobody loves the TY Beanie Babies the way they used to during the big TY bubble. Is that plant about to fall on my head? What just happened?
Gravity.
That was terrifying. Maybe it's a little spooky ghost did it. So these are just cute. I just wanted to show everybody. Maybe we can go over some TY values, like more current values, like how much they've plummeted in a video. That could be interesting. But these are cute for Halloween. So I'm not going to have William take these off the shelf. These are art dolls. This piece here is a more vintage piece. This kind of autumnal orange. She's almost like a harvest fairy queen. These two, however, the skeleton here and his dapper hat. Look at all the colors.
Very dapper gentleman.
And all the different textiles, all the different, it's just the different levels of fabric involved here. As you can see there on the tag, Christian Soriano, New York, a dress designer. These came out this year, so good archival record for what was being brought out by HomeGoods. There's the French Imperial candlesticks, beautiful in the back there. We're not talking about really antiques right now, though. So these are this year, 2023. Yes. I think they're going to do very well. So if you're looking for a contemporary collectible that you could add to possibly year after year, depending on how long he keeps the line going, or they keep retailing it, these are lovely little pieces. You can't really see. There's all sorts of little details. There's little pumpkins on her dress down there and things. It's really well done.
Cool pieces.
Ray Dunn, some Ray Dunn. We can talk. I'm going to talk about so many people on another video. What's blocking the Frank Lloyd Wright? Oh, so Blue Sky Ceramics. These can be worth. This piece is worth $100 or more. This is a very large luminary. So.
It's my favorite.
And it's actually open at the top, so you can use a real candle, not just an electric candle. It is a heavy piece. It is really adorable. It's
detail.
Deep too. I don't want to move it around because it's a very heavy ceramic, but these sorts of things do very well. These I talked about a little bit earlier. This one retailed from Michael's, I believe, for $40, $39.99, something like that. Can you grab that little tag and just swing it around? Just so we have a record of who produces this one.
I can try.
Halloween, what's the other side say?
There's another tag.
Oh, is there another tag? What does that one say? Show me all them tags.
Place and time.
So that is a Michael's piece. There you go. So $39.99. I really like this one, even though it's a little more expensive than what the similar pieces you'll find that are bigger from HomeGoods and TJ Maxx, because they're made a little bit better.
They are. I like the light up pieces.
And I love the little jack-o'-lantern at the top, but these are really great. These are fun. This is Illuminations. So Illuminations was a candle store. It was a mall-based store.
Right.
Went out of business in 2009, I want to say. Long? Yeah. I had quite a few Illuminations pieces back when I was in college. So these are actually kind of trending up and making a little bit of a comeback. A piece this small, you're probably not going to get more than $20 for. This is just a small little tea light goes back here. They do work really beautifully well.
The colors are great.
The bigger counter displays of like haunted villages from Illuminations that you could collect, or the color changing electronic candles, those can, the big countertop displays can be worth $100 plus very easily. Right. And the smaller pieces can be worth $40 if they're very desirable pieces. So again, it's not, I would say the modern version of this would be like Party Light. So people get rid of Party Light. It's not worth very much right now because they're mass produced. But the Illuminations pieces like this are much harder to find because they're completely discontinued and out of business.
Right.
This is just a really great light up Haunted Mansion. I think that might have been TJ Maxx or HomeGoods. I'm not sure which. Really cute. This is a Martha Stewart Headless Horseman. Can you flick him on? Can you even get back there carefully? I don't want to risk like screwing anything up for all the different pretty sales displays, but if you can, his button's under his cape, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Martha Stewart Headless Horseman. So the big Headless Horseman's the 20 inches. Oh, there he goes. See, look how cute. This is a little one. So these go for $60. So I just bought, what's the tag say on the bottom of that thing? It's probably $20. These are plastic. These are not super heavy. $16.99. I am seeing these resell now because they've already sold out in so many locations for $60 for this small piece.
That's great.
And then there are bronze and silver ones, which are worth a little bit more that people are seeking out. Right. And then also the bigger 20-inch pieces, which are reselling for $130 already, which I'm now wishing I had picked up to put next to the doors, because year after year, they're going to be worth more and more. Martha Stewart Headless Horseman pieces. There's a figural statue she released a year or two ago, I want to say too, where it's just like a statue of a headless horseman riding a horse. They just resell so high over and over again every year. It's amazing. Cool, very cool pieces. So let's pause again. Just going to glance over some of the things on the table display here. Can you move that little leaf? What is that? Is that a candle? What does he say? Some kind of gothic cool candle. I'm not quite sure. He has a very cool top.
Modern alchemy.
Modern alchemy. So that's a fun one. That's one where once you burn the candle, you could keep the canister. Absolutely, because it's a ceramic piece. And then again, a luminary votive light up here. That's ceramic. These are Ray Dunn. I will talk about Ray Dunn. Disney. These are Disney. Monterey glass jack-o'-lantern light up luminary. This is a Yankee Candle piece. This is the Yankee Candle bones. These retail for $60. So, but I will go over more Yankee Candle, Ray Dunn, German die cuts, Build-A-Bear, Disney, Fenton, Funko. There's just so much. So much. Next video, guys, we'll go over a lot of that. And hold on one more second, and I'll bring you all over to William's glass pumpkin table to talk about glass pumpkins. See what William wants to show everyone. Some of his glass pumpkins. When you're done showing some of them, I'll pick it up and do like an overhead so people can see some of your collection here. Okay. So glass pumpkins, very cool. Some of them can be worth quite a bit of money. These are more contemporary pieces. Would you say these are all within the last 10 to 15 years for you?
Yes.
Do you have anything older than 20 years? I don't think that small orange one in the front might be a vintage piece. I think everything else is contemporary. Yes, that might be a vintage piece. That's a lovely little piece.
Yeah, this might be the oldest one we have.
Yeah.
It's pretty. They're all pretty.
So when you're talking about older or more valuable glass pumpkins, you want not necessarily commercially made and distributed, but instead that has some lovely detail in the vine work. Very fine. Almost Latticino-esque styling in the vine there. But so you want to look for glass elements that make it more valuable. Of course, we've done some glass videos and we can talk more about that at a later time. But the more glass elements you have, the more valuable a piece is going to be, the rarer, more refined the materials used, which studio it comes from. So a rare Steuben glass pumpkin sold in 2016 for $1,200, so $1,200 USD. For small, it was about 8 inches, maybe 7 inches across. But that's a Steuben, of course. When you're looking for glass pumpkins, since everyone waited till the end of the video, here's a name to watch out for. The Cohn Stone Art Studios. So that's COHN and then STONE. And you can look it up online. They have beautiful gallery work. Cohn Stone Art Studios pumpkins. So Michael Cohn and Molly Stone. They are, again, I love it, from Richmond, California, artisanal creators. There's nothing I like talking more about than California glass blowers, California art doll makers. Like, I could talk, and especially based around Halloween, this is my happy place. So
That's what it says.
This is where I could live all year. So, and they're all California natives, which is great. Cohn Stone Art Studios from Richmond, California. California handmade pieces. You're looking at $1,000 for one of those. So the more hand-blown, rarer, more refined, show a lot of craftsmanship. But again, there's going to be similarities to that glass studio kind of across the board. You could find pieces probably in the $500 to $600 range that aren't from there specifically, but are being handmade by other designers. Okay. Very cool. And then...
They definitely come in a lot of varieties, for sure. We have, maybe 12 of them. None of them look
the same.
The same.
That black piece, that could be... That's a hand-blown artisanal piece. I can tell from here. Yeah. That this is not a multi-manufacturer. I can tell from the top. See how that's done? That's a good... That might be the most valuable piece on the table, even though it's only a mid-size range piece. And that's probably more than 10 years old.
This one allows for...
Oh, you have a light in there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a nice piece. I'd have to look it up to see exactly who made it, but I would say that's the most valuable piece on the table. Less than $100, but maybe $60.
Yeah.
So, again, really beautiful. Who else would you watch out for? Just another name to throw out there for the viewers who made it to the end.
This one's heavy.
Jay Strongwater.
Okay, yeah.
$500 glass pumpkins. So when you're thinking of glass pumpkins, think Cohn Stone Art Studios, think Jay Strongwater, and you can go look up more, but these are a great thing to learn about. And they're just beautiful, especially this year. I find that people are collecting them this year.
For sure.
So 2023 seems to be trending up as a collectible. So go after the rarer pieces, the more beautiful pieces, the handmade pieces. If you're looking to create, see what's what's the bottom of this piece? Is that a HomeGoods? Can you show everyone?
It is a HomeGoods. It would say it right there.
It would say it, but it's so there. But look how pretty that piece is. So don't be fooled. No. So this is a mass manufactured distributed piece. My guess is it's made in India. So it is handmade.
Right.
If I had to guess, I would say that's made in India. But what they do is they have artists there hand make them en masse, so they are worth less. Right. But still, look at how beautiful this is. Piece. So you can get into collecting these. Right. I think they might even have these at like Hobby Lobby. Probably. I think I've seen some.
Yeah. They do have not just Hobby Lobby, right? There's different shaped gourds you can keep an eye out as well.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yes, definitely.
Slightly oblong.
If you want a more unique collection, head for stranger sizes, longer curling tails that wrap around a piece, strange shapes, things of that nature. Absolutely. One lying down on its side, maybe, to look like a butternut squash. Oh, definitely going to be worth more than your standard glass pumpkin. He's going to show you one more.
One more. Just the striped. There's eye-catching.
That is very colorful. Yeah. That's a pretty piece.
I try not to hold it by the stem because that's the fragile part. It looks like a very convenient handle, but it's not.
So this video is already so long, everyone. I did not get through even a quarter of the collectibles just on display in this property right now. So I will definitely make another video with more values, information, maybe some backgrounds on the artists. Again, I'll go over, next time I will commit to going over Funko, Fenton, some Disney, Ray Dunn, what's worth the most, what's highly collectible, and what to watch out for, and what you want to add to your own collections.
Yes.
Okay. Cheers, everybody.